All right, let's fire up the DeLorean and get it ready to hit 88 miles an hour as we turn back the clock for a very special movie anniversary.
It's the sci-fi trilogy that took audiences through time and back again.
88 miles per hour!
The Back to the Future franchise first hit the screens in the 80s and was an instant hit. Marty McFly and Doc Brown's time-traveling adventure captivated audiences with hoverboards, holograms, and futuristic fashion.
Our laces, all right.
Decades on, the films are still fan favourites, and this year, Back to the Future 2 is celebrating its 30th anniversary.
And now, one of the stars of the series, Jeffrey Weissman, a.k.a. George McFly, joins us from San Francisco. Good morning to you, Jeffrey. It's 30 years.
Yeah, so very nice.
That's fantastic. It's 30 years since you took on the role of Marty Hey! So you played Marty McFly's dad, George, in the second Back to the Future. George. Were you a fan of the first instalment?
And 3.
And in 3 too, yeah.
I was a huge fan of the first one. In fact, I had did a film with Crispin Glover, who appeared as George in the first film and was a big fan of his. And when I saw the first film come out, I was like, I know that guy. He's great. This is wonderful. And of course, when I had the opportunity to step into the role, I was like, oh my God, I had to pinch myself. So let me say hello, Sonia and David. It's not David and Sonia. I've been instructed. It's Sonia and David.
No, contractually, it is Sonia and David. Yeah, that is true. That's the alpha beta thing, but we're not allowed to go into that again either.
Does she allow you to sing still? Are you still allowed to sing?
Sometimes I'm allowed to sing. Yeah, on occasion she lets me off the chain. Let's talk about that Crispin Glover changeover with you guys, though, Jeffrey, because he did do that role. It was such a big standout movie. So why did he leave? When did you know you were going in?
I didn't know until the 11th hour. He and the producers apparently butted heads. They couldn't come to an agreement. I was under the impression that I was going to be just a photo double stand-in. So I went in for prosthetic makeup fitting, so on and so forth. So I imagined they needed George in 2 places at the same time. Like, you see Michael's character, Marty, in 2 places, sometimes 3 places at the same time. And I was wrong. They didn't have him at all. And that was a total shock to me. I was like, what? How are you going to make this film without him? But they had to. They had to have his look, so that's why they gave me the prosthetics to wear that made me resemble him age 17. And then age 77, they hung me upside down in all the old age makeup. And then age 47 in part 3. I'm part 3 as well.
Because a lot of people couldn't tell the difference between yourself and Crispin as George McFly, and it really caused a bit of controversy at the time, right?
It still does. There's still, I'll go to events and I say, hi, I played George McFly in Back to the Future 2 and 3, and people go, no, you don't. No, you didn't. That wasn't you. I go, well, yes, it was. So it's, I'd say about 40% of fans out there often don't realize that there was a different George McFly. Wow. If you're paying attention, I get 6th billing at the beginning of the film, and I'm in the credits, but not everyone stays for the credits.
This is true. Jeffrey, one of your most memorable scenes involved you hanging upside down, as you mentioned. Let's have a look.
Grandma Lorraine! Sweetheart!
Hi.
What happened to Grandpa?
Oh, he threw his back out again.
How's Granddad's little pumpkin?
How did you do that? How did he do that?
Oh, out on the golf course.
Are you folks home yet? I brought pizza for everyone.
Oh, who's going to eat all that?
Oh, I will.
So how long were you hanging upside down?
On which day? That scene in particular took about 2 weeks to shoot, and some of the days were 18 hours, one was 21 hours, there was a 26-hour-long day. We only had Michael mostly in the evenings. He was shooting the last season of Family Ties during the day, and then we'd have him all night, and then of course it would take 4 hours just to get into makeup, so we'd have to wait for Michael to go get changed into makeup and then back in to play each character in that scene. In that scene in the kitchen, he played 3 different characters.
That's right, yeah.
So it was very complicated complicated, very long hours. And when we're making that pizza, you know, the 4-second pizza, there was a team of folk making pizza behind the set. And the set smelled like pizza all day. No one wanted to eat pizza for days.
So, are you going to celebrate the 30th anniversary? What are you doing to celebrate this? I can see you've got the flux capacitor there. You've got stuff
kidding?
going on.
I got my
got a
hoverboard.
hoverboard?
I got my 80s glasses. Yeah.
Oh, I love
Eat your
those
heart out.
glasses.
There's a lot of different events coming up since this is the 30th anniversary. There's, of course, if fans go to backtothefuture.com, that's the porthole for information of all these different events. There's several that are fundraisers because, of course, it's all about Michael, and everyone wants to help find a cure for Parkinson's. And a lot of the events that I'm doing or that I'm going to talk about are fundraiser events for the Parkinson's Foundation. There's We're Going Back to the Future, which was originally called We're Going Back. They did that for the 25th anniversary. That's going to be in Los Angeles, where they go to all the original sets, all the locations, with cast members and crew members there to talk about the work that they did on those scenes. That's a 4-day event. There's another 3 or 4-day event up where they shot part 3 in the Sierra foothills. That event is called Back to 1885, and back to 1885.com, and the similar thing. They go to where they shot the films, read about it online. It's an amazing fan celebration. And then I put together a band called Mr. Fusion, made up of Back to the Future cast members, with Harry Waters Jr. Singing up front. I play guitar. Mark McClure, played Dave McFly, plays drums, and Don Fulov, who played Mayor Goldie Wilson, plays bass.
Amazing.
And we've got an event in Chicago. That's another fundraiser. That's OutOfTimeFoundation.org. So it's all about Michael,
Well, Jeffrey, we are out of time
Raise money
too,
for
but
the
thank you
cause.
so much for your time this morning. Have a great 30th anniversary, and bring that band down under. I say tour, Mr. Fusion. See you, buddy.
Yeah, bring me down. I'm ready to come back. I miss aggro.
What a throw.
Good luck.
Good on you, buddy.